Okay, welcome. It's the first episode of Road to 2000 ELO in Rapid Chess. This audio is filmed after the games have been played because I lost the audio file sadly. But I will be commentating my games now. So, the first game, I played e4, so I'm on e4 player. My opponent played e5. Something wrong. And we developed our knights and we got a Scotch. He played bishop c5 line. I responded with bishop e3. He traded, which isn't good, especially because he played queen f6, which is a blunder. It isn't a blunder, but it lets white get a very comfortable position after e5. Opponent moved the queen to c6. I thought about developing, how would be the proper way to develop. I decided to play knight to c3. Our opponent developed the knight. I castled long. Our opponent castled short. Now I want to develop my light squared bishop, but I didn't want to hang my g2 pawn. I started thinking about kingside attack with h4, h5. I had some idea of playing c3 to blunt the queen, so the g2 pawn doesn't hang. Also in this position, I considered knight uh, uh, 94, centralizing the knight, but I didn't like it because I didn't really think what the knight is doing there. So in the end, I decided to play h4. After the game, the analysis, I looked at the best move was bishop a3, sacrificing the g2 pawn and actually opening the g file for attack. Now f5 was a blunder from my opponent because it weakened his king. I decided to take n peasant after a little bit thinking of how our opponent recaptured, offering a queen trade and also attacking the uh, f2 pawn. Now I thought about checking him with the bishop, getting at mb. I also thought about checking with the queen on c4, about taking on c7, but I thought it did more harm than good because black's queen was super active on the f2 on f2. I played here c3 because I didn't want to hang my pawn, but after the game I realized that giving the bishop check first was a better option because I get more development in the same amount of time. Also, computer really liked actually taking black's queen and going in the endgame because he thought that black was lacking in development. So I thought for quite a long time I see here. But in the yeah, I played c3, which isn't a very good move because it lets black trade on his terms, and my rook on d4 is very awkwardly placed. But our opponent instantly went knight f5, attacking the rook. He probably didn't see the bishop check. Now that his king has to move away to h8 pawn, I saw that my rook can go to f4 and pin the knight to the rook because his background is very weak, very weak. Also, I had some idea of playing g4, just winning the knight. If he defended it, yeah, so I played rook f4. I contemplated if he played g6, I could have played h5, softening up his pawns. Also, I thought about some ideas of playing a d5, but they didn't really work for black. Yeah, now I thought our opponent was playing to play d5, but I calculated that if I play g4, black plays d5, we can still take the knight with the pawn, and then we can just move back our bishop, so we are up material. But our opponent did a huge blunder in this position. He played knight back to e7, blundering back rank checkmate. After the knight goes back to g7, it's just mate because the bishop holds the diagonal. And that was the first game of the series. But I also played the second one, which was a little bit more interesting, which was a longer game. So after each game, I will go quickly and analyze it, see what I did right and what I did wrong. So the opening was very normal. I had looked at this before. I showed that the main actually move is knight f6, challenging the e-pawn. Bishop c4 is bishop c5 is the other main move. Now the threat is to play knight takes f6, knight takes f6 knight, attacking the queen and also opening the bishops, so it will be a blunder. As I see showed, this is the main line. Our opponent decided to actually trade, which isn't good because he allows white to get full center and has no development. Also, now I pointed out that playing either queen f6 or knight f6 is a blunder because of the same reason. Pushing e5, white gets more of the center, and the black has to move one more time and allows white to get quick development. Yeah. Yeah. I quickly went over. One problem for me is my time management, because I'm very often I like to think a lot, and I probably spend more time than I should on positions that are I could make just simple improving move. Like here, for example, I think I taught her something for about like a minute. Okay, for 30 seconds, so it's quite an amount of time. And now our opponent played way too quickly. It has been only 20 seconds of the game and he has already made the blunder. So playing too quickly also backfires sometimes. I don't know what I was thinking there, maybe attacking his knight. Oh, I checked what the computer recommended, because taking an peasant was actually the best move. And now trading the queens was the best according to computer, and then playing f4 and going into an endgame where black has black is black is lacking in development. But this was still good. White is still better. Now my decision here to play c3 was very bad, as you see by the evaluation bar. It dropped to okay. It didn't really drop that much. And now it was just a matter of converting the advantage. And that the fact that our opponent blundered was also uh, very speeding up the game. Yeah. So as you see, a 1700 can draw a game very easily. Yeah. Yeah, so the knight and rook was on the same file, so rook f4 was instant, was a very easy move to find. Also, if I was worried about d5, I could have moved the bishop back to d3, attacking the knight and adding more attackers to the knight. But this is also completely winning. And that's how the first game ended, with a nice little back rank mate. I thought about better responses Black had, for example playing d5 and then just losing the knight, but it still was completely winning endgame. So, the second game. This was a Sicilian. It was very sort of combative game. So e4, c5 Sicilian. I played the open Sicilian. Our opponent played very strange move, a6 on the second move. Typically, black plays first d6 and then plays a6, trying to get a knight off. So I play Morocco bind against pretty much all of the Sicilians because I'm quite lazy and I don't want to study a lot of lines. I just do my usual setup with knight on d4 and knight on c3. Bishop, I play f3 to create this little pawn chain. Develop the bishop, protect the knight. And there are multiple good moves like bishop e2, rook c1, queen d2. The move order isn't very important in this position. Yeah. Our opponent plays bishop e7, trying to castle. I play queen d2, connecting the rooks. And now I can place the rooks on the semi-open d file and c file. But our opponent here, if I remember correctly, threaded the knight, yes. For a brief moment I thought about taking with the queen, because it will be attacking b6. Not d7, because the knight is protecting the pawn, I saw that. Yeah, but I didn't like queen d4 because he could play the bishop c5 attacking the queen and trading the bishops. So instead I took with the bishop. As you see, I spent quite a little bit time on this move. Maybe a little bit more than I needed, but it's still okay because I have 8 minutes on the clock. Well, time management was a big problem in this game, I can say. As you will later see, he played bishop c6, protecting the pawn from different tactics with trading the bishop for knight on f6. And now I thought about playing e5, attacking the knight, because the knight can't go to center. It has this only move is knight e8, where it's very passive. And I thought maybe of launching a kingside attack, but I also thought about playing knight e4, trying to clamp down on black's position. However, I didn't really consider how my position would turn out after the black trades bishop. And now these doubled pawns are not very good for my position. So I attacked the b pawn, he defended it. Actually, he didn't defend, he offered the bishop trade, if I remember correctly. Still, white is better because black's knight is very awkwardly placed on e8. Now I thought about trading, but I didn't like that I open black's queen, but I also saw that if black takes on b2, then I could possibly take sometimes d7 if my rook wasn't hanging on a1. I I also had ideas maybe playing just b3, creating a pawn chain from A to C. So I decided to take and play b3 because I thought I maybe could double my rooks on the d file and win his d7 pawn. So as you see, my b2 pawn's hanging, so let's play b3. As you see, I'm just overcomplicating things. I don't play moves. I also noticed that my bishop is sort of stuck and not very useful, and I don't have any pawn breaks to open the position because bishops like open position and knights move. Knights like more of a closed position. So our opponent defended the c pawn because the queen was attacking it. I thought about different ways Black could um, maneuver his knight back into the game. He played g6, which is kind of weakening, which weakens his dark squares. I thought about maybe if the idea was to move knight to g7, but it didn't work because our e pawn held f5. Now, as you see on the clock, I'm lacking behind 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and time management problem only got worse as the game got longer. Because I didn't really have a plan what to do in this position. Now looking back, I maybe could have played more on the queen side. Instead, I decided to play h4, h5, trying to weaken Black's pawns. After the game in game analysis, I actually looked at playing h4, h5 is actually the best plan in this position, even if the Black plays knight g7 to prevent playing h5, it doesn't prevent it because we can still play h5 and trade with, take with the bishop or move queen to g3 and actually creating a kingside attack, but I didn't saw that. I think that h5 didn't work, so instead I played g4 to prepare h5. And as you see, the position is very close, but our opponent played f5, trying to open the position and uh, creating some threats in this position. Also, I realized that Black's seventh rank is quite vulnerable. I contemplated about taking and doubling my pawns. I really like that it opened this diagonal, and I could play bishop f3 using the open diagonal that opened and activating the bishop. With tempi attacking the queen, so I took with e pawn. Black recaptured, I believe. Now I'm behind 4 minutes on the clock. Yeah, Black recaptured. I contemplated playing g6, but I didn't like that Black could play knight e6 and get his knight in the center. So first I played bishop f3 attacking the queen. I also eyed the d5 square for my bishop because it will be a check and it will be a very strong bishop. So Black moved his queen to a7. I thought about trading, but I didn't really like that he could play knight f5 and then his knight would be really active. So I thought about playing. Okay, I played actually g5, but it allowed his knight to go to e6. Now looking at this backhand, first thing I should have changed the move order. First I should have given the check, and then if he took I could have traded and opened my rooks. Also I had this idea of playing h5 to soften up his pawn chain. He defended his knight. I thought about moving my queen to f3 to prepare h5 so that I could recapture. Black can take on g5 because his knight is pinned after h5. So black moves his king out of the pin. What did I play? I have all 2 minutes on the clock. Opponent has almost 7. So I probably on the next episode will play longer games, 15 minutes, 10 seconds bonus time, so I can play a little bit slower, more methodically. I thought of so I realized that I have much less time than my opponent, and I just started to play quicker moves. Our opponent played his knight to d4. It's an outpost square. It's a square where I can kick his piece off with my pawns. Also, he attacked my queen, so I moved it one square up. I remember I thought about maybe sacking the exchange, playing rook takes knight, and computer agreed it was a good idea. But I didn't want to give up my material, so I played rook e1, maybe trying to push e pawn. Now, because I had 1 minute 30, I started to realize that I'm quite screwed. So he attacked, I defended, and it was kind of this for a little bit of time. He applied pressure to my b pawn, I defended it. But first half he took it. So if I remember correctly, he played rook b8. I also saw that his queen could infiltrate through a1 and maybe start harassing my pawns or get behind my defenses. Okay, so actually he played queen b6, attacking. I moved my queen to g3 to defend the pawn. I saw that he could potentially play f4 and fork the queen and the rook, so he prepared the fork, I moved out of it. Now he still can play f5, f4, and now I thought about playing this idea of playing h5 now. I probably should have done it earlier in the game as I pointed out, but better late than never. So he attacked my rook, I defended the b pawn. thought he maybe could try to win my b pawn. As you see, the position is quite complex. There's a lot of pieces still left on the board, but the position is still kind of equal. I think in the game now, actually black was better here because f pawn, black's f pawn is actually uh, passing because there's no pawns left in front of him. So black could play simply f4, f3 and try to promote. Actually, black actually tried it. So this comes with tempo, he attacks my rook. I decided to move it to to d3. I could move it to e1 because black's queen was actually holding that. I saw that black couldn't actually push it any further because my bishop was still holding the square f3 in front of the pawn. So I have only 1 minute left, and I just decided to let's do it. Let's play h5. My bishop is kind of helping to protect my king. And now I think I had a terrible misclick. I hovered my rook and actually sacked it for the knight. I thought about playing bishop takes, but instead, yeah, accidents happen. He checked me, and then he won my rook. Now he's also attacking my other rook, but I see that I can check my opponent. He has very little squares, so with 30 seconds on the clock, I exchange the points and I see that I have some mate threats. If he doesn't protect them, my opponent had 3 minutes on the clock, and he didn't completely. He thought the game was over, he was winning, but in the last seconds of the game, I saw that I can mate my opponent. My opponent could have actually saved the game. He could have played h5, this connecting my queen from the h6 square and h7 square. I was very happy that I won this game. I realized that I probably need to play longer games after these 2 games because, as you saw, my time management is pretty bad. If you want something simple to play against Sicilian, I also recommend Morocco Bind. It's when the e4 pawn and c5 pawns and c4 pawns are controlling the light squares in the center. It's very good for white, but still, Sicilian is pretty much very hard opening to face. So I analyzed the game. I saw that the e5 is actually the best move, but not because of the reasons I saw. I didn't see the follow-up. The follow-up after e5, I think the computer recommends queen f4 or something along those lines to create attack. So as you see, my advantage drops after playing 95, 94. So computer wants to play queen e3 and queen e3 and target the weak b6 pawn. Yeah, after realizing that 94 mistake, I'll probably next time use this plan of playing queen e3 and maybe centralizing the other rook to c1. Now I check what the computer recommends why this position is better for white. And I think we can all visually see that white's position is better. Computer recommended b4, sacrificing the e pawn. I didn't really quite understand the idea, but then I saw this attack of the queen and the rook in the corner, which I think was very beautiful defense. Yeah, computer says come back here, commence to play bishop b6, attacking the knight, and also just opening the default to win the d7 pawn. I didn't see that. Okay. Okay. Well, the rest of the game was quite straightforward. I was a little bit better for quite some time, but I got in time trouble, and Black started to play, let's say, some good moves, trying to complicate the position because I had less time, playing f5 later. And this idea of h4, I will now know this idea that you can still play h5 even if it's defended, if you weaken if you double his pawns or weaken his king. Mhm. Hopefully, the next time I have a situation like this, I will remember this idea. So if he takes with the pawn, I can move my queen. I can try to rook lift to G or H files. Now the computer said I'm a lot better. No, approximately 1.5 pawns. Hmm. In this position even more, after queen h6 creating this attack. And just playing queen h6 and h5 and completely going for the black's throat. I also thought about some ideas of playing uh, rook d6 and rook d5, attacking black's pawns, but I didn't really see how I could attack them furthermore. Yeah, and from now on it's like a time scramble. Uh, Black plays the move, I react to it, just shuffling my pieces, trying to uh, make black create some weaknesses, playing inaccurately. For a little bit, computer also recommended b4, also the rook sacrifice, not sacrifice, exchange, and just playing b4 and c5 and getting passed pawns, passed b pawn and a very strong c pawn, with also some ideas of recapturing the pawn on d4 and playing e6 as a discovery check. So I will keep this in mind next time if I see something like this. So now actually black is a little bit better, but still position is very complex. Mhm. So I have a minute on the clock. Yeah, I think h5 is the move that actually won the game because my opponent. Yeah, I could have played h5 earlier with the same idea of threatening checkmate. Mm. Actually playing h5 and then playing h6, not trading would actually be very bad because I wouldn't have any attack no more. Yeah, this misclick actually sort of, yeah. well, misclicks happen. Can't really be upset with the end result. Sad I sort of let black have this better position here in the sort of end game. Yeah, but that was a complete oversight from black, not seeing that I have some threats of my own. He simply grabbed the rook and got checkmated. It, yeah, if he had played h5, I could have given him these checks, and he would actually be able to take the rook and probably go on to win the game because I had only 30 seconds left and he was up 6 points of material. Okay, thanks for watching. It was my first episode. I will soon post the second episode, and I will also try to do one special video every Sunday. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye.